Today we're going to be building an insane beacon shop and we're going to finally start work on my base. Hello, my name is Deathdealer and welcome to the AutoCraft server. AutoCraft is a server where we automate everything you can do in vanilla Minecraft along with having some fun along the way. If you're interested, there's a link below to the series playlist. Make sure you watch it all if you're interested in technical Minecraft and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. In between episodes, I've been doing some AFK farming at the Willa Skeleton farm, which we now have a tutorial for in the channel. I'll leave a link to that down below. It's insane. This thing produces 300 skulls per hour. Now, I've done about 4 hours worth. It might be longer, it might not be. Let's actually get my volume back because, yeah, I had to turn that down when we were using it. But as you can see, we have a lot of Willa skulls. That's almost 18 full stacks of Willa Skeleton skulls right there. That's an insane amount. If you include what we have in the filters at the back, this is definitely 18 stacks, which is crazy. So that's 6 stacks of beacons right there. No one needs that amount of beacons. No one. But we have it. We have 6 stacks of beacons right there. So to kick off this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the end and we're going to kill the Willa a bunch of times. I'm thinking 3 stacks of beacons should be enough. Yeah, no, that's a crazy amount, isn't it? So after quite a bit of time, we now have 3 stacks of nether stars. That took a lot longer than I thought. We also got a lot of the custom wither heads, as you can see here. I don't really have any need for these, but I'm going to keep them anyways because who knows, someone else on the server might need them. Now we're going to need to get a lot of obsidian and glass. I should have all the obsidian already. The glass is going to take a little bit longer, but you'll probably just get most of it from villager trading because that will speed up the process dramatically. So 15 stacks of glass later, we now have 1, 2, 3 stacks of beacons, which is fantastic. I've never held so many beacons in my hand before. It's insane. Let's put these emeralds away. I really need to go and do another AFK session at the raid farm because we're running out of this stuff fairly quickly. Now, I had to get glass from only 2 villagers because we can get them from librarians, but only 2 of my librarians actually have the glass trade. So I think later on today we're going to try and fill up some of this section, possibly. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, why don't we head on over to the shopping district? I have a location in mind, but I'm not sure yet. I need to go and take a look at the area before we build this shop, because it's not exactly going to be big, but it's going to have quite the impact on the skyline. Alright, so we're over in the shopping district and this area is starting to fill up now. We've got a few new shops popping up, so we've got an end themed shop. I think it's for shulker boxes. And there's another shop over there which is currently under construction, which is nice to see. However, we're going to be building ours kind of over this way. So maybe not there. Here, yeah, okay, right. So next to Rustic's little redstone shop, which is actually in the nether, but let's just ignore that. So yeah, this area is fairly flat here, and it's on the edge of the mushroom biome, because since we're using beacons are actually going to be an important part of this shop. So we're going to have lots of beacon beams. So I don't want to place this in front of any build, so that's why we're kind of placing it out this way. Now, in terms of size and look, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't thought this through all that much. All I know is I want a beacon farm, and I know the rest of the people on the server want this stuff as well. So yeah, we're going to keep it fairly simple. We'll have now a ring of beacons. It'll be like a square. We'll just use like some concrete or something. That'll just be a fairly flat surface with a central area with some chests that will have the beacons and the Willa skulls, because we're going to be selling the Willa skulls as well. Because I have a feeling that these beacons are going to be sold pretty quickly. But yeah, why don't we go and grab the materials we need and we can get started. Alright, so I've prepared the area just a little bit and I've collected some resources. So I haven't planned this build out whatsoever. This is completely freehand, which should be fun. So the beacons themselves are going to be an important part of the build. They're basically going to be shooting up into the sky, so you'll be able to see it throughout the shopping district, which is quite nice. So we're not going to be doing any actual building because it'll just be obstructed by the beacons, so there's really no point. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a platform, maybe raised off the ground by 1 or 2 blocks, with the beacons at ground level, and then there'll be like glass to like, you know, so you can walk and things. And yeah, that should do it. So what I'm thinking is we've got more than enough beacons. Some of these beacons are actually going to be the stock for the shop. So what I'm thinking is, first of all, let's get rid of this. That's the one thing about working in these biomes, it's just full of junk. Alright, there we go. So, I was going to do it over there, but I decided to avoid it because I think a few of us want to do some terraforming stuff there. So here will work. So what I'm thinking is we go with, say, make it 9 blocks across, so the centre is 7 by 7. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's just place it on top here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now bear in mind that this will just be a border, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then do the same again. And yeah, obviously we'll need to get the iron blocks in, which I'm actually got to do right now. I'll do that off camera, but that's in my next stage. Next, after that, we need to use the blocks of over. So we have snow and cyan terracotta, because that's the building blocks I plan on using for my base project, and I have quite a lot of them. So yeah, we're going to use those to come up with something nice, hopefully. I will need to go and pick up some quartz stairs though, for this thing to look nice. But yeah, let's get started. I'll put in the iron blocks and we can start experimenting with the structure. Alright, so I've been doing some experimenting. I'm not entirely happy right now, but this is what I've got. So I've got an elevated platform. It's fairly simple. It's just some cyan terracotta and some snow. But I felt like I needed something else to it. Oh. Hi, Zame. I feel that I needed something else to it, so I used the beacons we had as like a kind of accent. And I do feel that it works. Like, this does certainly work. But this idea of like stairways here really doesn't. Now I do wish I only placed one of these, because I placed it on all sides and it takes ages to mine away one of these beacons. Yikes. Yeah, this is going to take me a little while. But yeah, I need to think of another way to get people up. And what I'm thinking is we set up a full-size beacon and maybe get some jump boost, because that might be a good idea. Alright, so I altered the design concept slightly. Rather than having a staircase, we now simply have a water elevator, and we just have it on one side because I want to show what is the front, and that indicates that. And we walk in here, we've got this little target shape, which is interesting because if we fly away right now, and if we come back, it's almost like you need to try and hit it. It's like a proper target. Like, imagine you're an arrow. There you go. Anyways, so this thing is done now. I like the block palette. It's quite nice. There's no real point in putting any railings or anything on here. Well, then again, it might look nice. Let's try it. Let's see. What does that look like? Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, we'll add that. So I'll add this around the edges. Then we need to go and collect all of our stock. I need to get some item frames. I need to name the item. So what I'm thinking is we sell the beacons for 1 diamond block a piece. All 9 diamonds. Both the same. And then we sell skulls. So rather than selling skulls individually, we'll sell them in batches of 3. And we'll sell those for 6 diamonds. So it's 6 diamonds for a batch of 3. Which is a pretty decent price, I think. Anyways, yeah, let's go and do that, shall we? Alright, so we've filled up the chests with all the skulls and all the beacons. Bear in mind I do have a lot more skulls and I can get lots of them fairly easily. So, without further ado, because I know Zame is currently waiting for the shop to open, that's why he popped over earlier on. Because I said I'd do this yesterday, but I never did. So, we'll place that. So 3 skulls for 6 diamonds and 1 diamond block per beacon. And there we go. The beacon shop is now open. Now let's go and make some diamonds. So we've already had a sale on this. The shop hasn't been open for 3 minutes yet. Yeah, we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamond blocks from Zame. Zame has came and bought 6 beacons. That's 54 diamonds. Oh, I also added this inner chest. But yeah, look at that. I only have 37 diamonds right now, so we've more than doubled the amount of diamonds we have. Now, obviously, bear in mind, we will be splitting these profits 3 ways with the rest of the captains of industry, because that's how we do our shops. Because yeah, like, sharing is caring, but yeah, that's fantastic. I'm really happy with that. I watched him while he was doing his purchase. He was kind of on the fence. He didn't know what to buy. It'd be cheaper to go with this stuff, but he'd still have the soul sand, and he'd have to fight the wither. So yeah, I think this system is quite nice, and we should make lots of diamonds from this. What we'll do is once a week we'll come and collect the profits, and then we'll split them evenly between the captains of industry. Oh, he left his crafting bench. Huh, interesting. Are you a fan of technical Minecraft? Are you a fan of this server? Well, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to join us on here. So if you go into the description, you'll find a link to a Google form. This is an application to join the AutoCraft server. If you're interested, fill it out and I'll reach out to you if you make the cut. And while you're there, why don't you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of these future videos. Alright, so I felt that we needed to take a right long look at our base because recently we haven't really done anything with it. We haven't made any expansions. We've just been living out of a hole in the ground and we've just been filling it up with clutter. Look at this, we've got chests everywhere, like iron here, we've got some random shulker boxes lying around. Hey, we haven't even moved the enchanting setup down yet. We've got all these holes and rails, and that's just up here. If we go down, if I can actually go down, that is, just take a look at this. It's a complete mess. We've just got things lying all over the floor. Some heads, end chest. I've got a wall of shulkers right here. This is a shulker box from the Captains of Industry end busting we did. Another ender chest. Why do I have another one here? Like, and more chests. This is a complete mess. Honestly, like, I have a serious problem. I can't help myself. I just like making messes of things. Now, I think my main problem is this storage system we have. Well, there is lots of empty double chests. This system just won't work for long. We need something that is automated. Now, we won't be doing that in this base project. Not even in this like area of the world. We won't be doing an automatic storage system whatsoever. Because this base, this area, is only meant to last for the beginning of the season. This is going to be my kind of starting location. So by the time we get to, say, episode 30, we'll probably be out of here. And we probably won't be using this area all that much. This is just so that we can get a decent start to the Minecraft world. Because later on, in my main base project, which I'm still kind of planning out, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be that crazy that we're going to make a perimeter before we can even start construction on that thing. That's how nuts it is. So what I'm thinking is, let's do a bit of a clean up job. So we have all these chests and rails and things, holes in the ground, all that stuff. Let's get all that stuff cleared up, all of it, and we'll sort it out as much as we can. Try and organise it a little bit better. And yeah, hopefully that way I won't lose items as much. Hopefully. Alright, so we've got this area tidied up, put away the ender chest. Obviously, we'll move this over here just so it's out of the way, got rid of the chest in the middle of the floor there. And we've also cleared out the chest that was sitting here in this corner, because it was just full of junk. Now, I've left these chests over here because these are meant to be project ones, which I did use them for that initially, and then it just became full of junk. So what we've been doing is, obviously we already have a sorting system in place. So what I've been doing is I've just been taking items out and then putting them where they're actually meant to go. And yeah, I still haven't done the thing where we put item frames in all of these chests, which I really should do at some point. But yeah, as you can see by this, we're really low on a lot of our rock materials, which is why I haven't been building anything, which is quite annoying. Anyways, we also have the brewing area right here, which I need to compact. We're going to waste some of the blaze powder we had, unfortunately, but that's fine. We'll be making an automatic system for this thing at some point. And yeah, then we also have these shulker boxes that we use for constructing the Wither Rose farm, and these are just full of junk. And this one is what we used for the project earlier on today. So what I'm thinking is I actually want to organise shulker boxes. I'm going to leave these ones here and I'm going to organise them at some point. I'm not doing it yet because I don't really have anywhere to put the stuff. But yeah, just look at this. We don't even have an organised system in our ender chest for shulker boxes. Now, what I normally like to do is I like to name them, give them numbers, and then those numbers represent the slots they go in, and it just keeps things nice and organised. I also like to dye my shulker boxes, but dyes aren't... Well, we actually can buy them. I forgot we had the dye shop. So yeah, we need to do that. And the stuff up top, I need to replace that sign. Okay, there we go. So the stuff up top, I haven't actually touched yet. So obviously we've got these two shulkers, which should be easy enough to empty. Just dump most of the ender pearls. I'll keep the eggs because the eggs are quite useful. Redstone's quite useful as well. These chests, I think I'm going to leave them for now because at some point soon I'm going to start construction on the surface. So I'll probably build a building where I can store some excess items and things like that. But yeah, this project is coming along quite nicely. We're getting everything tidied up again. organised. One thing I do need to do is get rid of this stuff, because we don't need to transport any more villagers, and this, we can get rid of that now. And I'll keep that, you know, stored just in case we need it for anything. I also need to seal this hole. And yeah, I'm insta mining things. Alright, so I've named a bunch of shulker boxes and I've made a complete mess again. But yeah, basically what I've done is I've came across them, gave them a number, a name, filled them with relevant stuff. A lot of them have nothing in it so far. But these numbers, it just helps me organise them until the point where I get used to seeing them all in their individual places. That's another reason why we need to dye these things. So I need to actually look at what dyes I need, and then I need to go and buy them. So let's actually take the diamonds from here, and we can go to the shopping district to see what the prices are like. Alright, so I've already dyed some of the shulker boxes we had because I had enough dyes on hand. However, I do want to buy some more. What's this over here? Oh, that's a bulk buy section. But yeah, all dye in here is 1 diamond for 32, which is quite nice. So we're going to buy a decent amount. So let's see, brown dye, yes please. So let's buy 1 batch. Green. Well, green, I don't know. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just buy the normal green, and then we can dye it, or we can change it as we need. Orange would be lovely. No, that's not diamonds. Pink, let's get that. We already have plenty of red, plenty of blue. We've already got plenty of cyan as well. Light blue we can do, so let's get purple. And last but not least, magenta. There we go, cool. But yeah, why don't we head back to the base and I can show you how it's looking so far. So the process for this colour system is quite simple. All I'm doing is putting colours I think would go with the necessary boxes. And you know, some other colours here and there. So let's see, the white boxes are actually quite good ones to look at because we've got several white boxes. Bones are white, iron is also white because it's the closest colour, and then I've also got glass. This can be confusing, and it will be confusing because I normally put those colours side by side, but it should be fine. So we need to dye the rocket box, the logs, which in fact I'm going to do the logs now because I already know what colour I want these. These are going to be brown. There we go. The plants, which is going to be green. There we go. Grass, which is going to be a lighter green because that's still nature. So let's combine these two to make lime. There you go, we have to save a little bit of money there. So there you go, there's your lime. This box is equipment. I think I'm going to use magenta for this. Yeah, magenta, that looks really nice. Let's see, okay, so we have the rockets down here, which we're going to make. Oh, what colour do we want to make this, folks? I think I'm going to make this cyan, which I should have some cyan dye right here. So let's do this, combine those. So there's our rocket box. And there we have it. I would like to re-dye this one, ideally. Let's make that pink because we don't want to use too much of the same colour. And there we have it. All of our shulker boxes have now been dyed. I could actually be doing with the dye shulker box, to be honest. But yeah, let's get all this stuff squared away into the ender chest and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so this is how it's currently looking. It is nice and organised now, which is fantastic. The one good thing about this system is when you fill all this stuff up, you can live out of your ender chest for weeks, if not months, which is great. We can't do that right now, we don't have anywhere near enough materials, but say things like iron, for example. We've got to fill this up and keep it full at all times. We've also got to throw our beacons in there, which we have 48 beacons just sitting around right there, and a lot of iron. But yeah, this means that we'll free up these boxes, and these can be used for projects. So what I'll do is I'll probably dye my project boxes white, so they're easily identifiable when we say we do a group project, because when we were doing the the gold farm with splashes, I was kind of confused as to what shulker boxes were made. So the fact that we're going to dye them and name them should help quite nicely. One thing I should do is put this ancient debris in my valuables, because This stuff is quite valuable. We need to go on another mining session for this soon, because obviously me and Rustic have that wager for the netherite beacon. We need like 99 stacks of that stuff. So yeah, we need to get on that quite soon, which I think I will probably set up a tunnel bore system at some point in the near future for that. So I think we're in need of some more librarians, because the one good thing I like about them is not just the enchanted books we get, but the glass itself, which is quite nice. So I'm going to be spending my time trading with these guys. The only problem we do have is we are currently running low on emeralds, so I'm going to have to go and do some AFKing at our raid farm for that stuff. Unlike the, the Willow Skeleton farm, that's not impacted by other people being on the server, thankfully. The only thing that impacts it is the speed in which I find a pillager captain, which is quite nice. But yeah, if you're new here, make sure you go and watch the rest of the series playlist. I'll leave a link to that, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of these videos, because come on, you enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. So why don't you subscribe, tell your friends, share the video in your communities and stuff, and yeah, I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank you all for watching this episode of the AutoCraft so far. Make sure you go and watch everyone else on the server. On the left hand screen right now, there are 2 videos, one that YouTube wants you to watch and one that I think you should watch. Make sure you go and watch them, and remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully you will enjoy the videos.